Hi everybody, Lord Maim here with part 19 of the Mass Effect 3 Insanity walkthrough. Rannoch, Admiral Koris. Good old Admiral Koris got his lousy ass shot down over his new home planet of Rannoch, and now it's up to you, the intrepid Commander Shepard, to wade into the mix and drag his lousy environment suit wearing ass out. Along the way, you'll have some fun with some Geth, including a brand new type of Geth, which we're just going to see for the first time right away here, the Geth Pyro. First encounter is a short one, 2 troopers and a Pyro, but as you can guess by the name, the Pyro plays with fire, and of course it's never a good thing to get anywhere near him. Kind of like the Vorcha Pyro is from Mass Effect 2, if you're in range of the Pyro, you can watch your life drop precipitously in a matter of seconds. So, as usual, make use of your range advantage and just beat the crap out of them. Since you're fighting Geth, of course, you'll want to use your disruptor ammo as much as possible, as well as the overload ability that Garrus has. Not only to disrupt shielding, but since they are all synthetics, it will do additional damage to them. As with every encounter, try to scour each area for additional ammunition and equipment before proceeding, simply because there'll be a lot of combat in this mission. Also, as you've just seen, my ever-favorite landmines are present in this area, so be on the lookout for those as they come up. We have another Geth patrol that appears down below on the horizon. If you have your sniper rifle handy, make sure that when you're switching you also activate your disruptor ammo on your sniper rifle as well. I've actually forgotten to do so at this point, so I'm not doing as much damage as I could be. Also, another thing we've taken from the previous Geth encounter is that rockets in the face hurt. Try to avoid those. There are some 2 blocks of cover, a large stone to the right and a slightly smaller but yet equally rocket-resistant stone to the left. I, of course, decided to use neither of them because I'm an idiot, but no reason for you to go and stick your face out in rocket fire just to, prove something to me. Hey, Lord Maim did it, then it must be okay. No, that's bullshit. Rockets in the face are bad. Once you loop around this corner here, you'll have another encounter with Geth almost immediately. These will drop right down in front of you, and probably saying hello with a rocket in the face as usual. The Garrus surprise, as we like to call it. And of course now the Geth was nice enough to try and even him out. They're kind of fun in that way. Geth, though heavier, no less unaffected by the singularities. Most Geth don't have shields, so that could be of use to you. One thing there is also in this area, though, are some mines. You can see one right there as I'm about to step on it, and another one a little bit further on. Be aware of those as you're scouring the area for additional ammunition. They don't actually get highlighted until you're almost on top of them and almost close enough to trip them, so just be aware that they're there. Look for the triangular shape of them and shoot them from a distance to set them off. All in all, they don't do a huge amount of damage, but if you happen to wander into one just as a firefight is starting, not good for anyone. Except the Geth. Most of this encounter you can deal with by hanging back at this position and just sniping, depending on how much ammunition you have. But you can get the jump on them from a distance. You'll notice that the overload or the disruptor ammo actually causes them to be disabled for a moment. Kind of like the incendiary ammo is against an organic target, where they panic a little bit while on fire, which is, by the way, hilarious. With the Geth, you get a moment where they're being overloaded and will twitch, 2 or 3 seconds while you can continue to hit them. In some cases, you actually cause them to be locked in that stun state by hitting them over and over again until they die. Of course, the larger the Geth enemy, the less likely that is going to happen. But your average trooper or rocket trooper, you can usually juggle that way and deal with them fairly easily. I don't know what it is about me and rockets in the face these last 2 missions. It's like, I just can't get enough rockets in the face. If this were the 1990s, this would be a good opportunity for a Monica Lewinsky joke. However, moving on. If you're ever in trouble, hang back. You can pull back even to the previous area. The Geth will not follow you in large numbers. There are a few that might charge you. There's no hunters in this area, but nothing's going to really advance in your position and endanger you. So plenty of room to back up if you get in trouble. The only thing you may or may not need to worry about is, because of the construction of this area, the lower left, there's actually a sunken area, which some Geth might come around to hit you, but just the construction of the level usually will give you more of an advantage to hit them than anything. As long as you can be aware that they're there and see them coming, they're not going to cause you a problem. Particularly if you like rockets in the face. Ooh, that's just painful, even if he is a robot. Again, once you see your autosave pop up, you know that all the enemies are out of the area, so definitely go around and search for more ammunition. You're going to need it over the next couple areas, so make sure you're topped up to full before you activate that first panel.
One of us has to shut down that AA gun, Shepard.
Liara, we'll cover you.
Once again, Liara is squishy. In this area, her singularity ability isn't going to be as useful as just straight up survivability, so for the most part, you can take out these first few waves of Geth with just your sniper rifle. You're going to notice, though, the Geth Prime that pops out. Unlike the previous level where there was just, one for the whole level, there are quite a few in this one. So the first Geth Prime pops out here. Garrus is going to do his part by drawing fire. Good job, Garrus. I don't need any more rockets in the face for this mission. If he goes down, whichever, they're far enough away from you that they're never going to get to your position. So you can easily just go right up to them and revive them without spending a meta-gel. The Geth will drop combat drones. They're not really much to worry about because of the Geth's position, the Prime's position. He's way on the other end of the area. The drone doesn't really advance on you. You have more than enough time to take it out before it gets anywhere near you. Use the corner and the geometry of the area to stay in cover when you're shooting at the Geth. If you get in trouble, just pull back a little bit. For whatever reason, he's slow to advance, so you can easily take out his wingman there before he gets near you. If for whatever reason you find that the Prime has charged your position, you can go either around to the left or down the long passageway to the right. But for the most part, he stays as far back as he can. I don't know what the pathing is in this level that's the reason, but it does work to your advantage. You can change over to incendiary ammo to deal with the Geth's armor. I personally don't see a massive difference between them when dealing with Geth. You're just as well off using the disruptor ammo. In the second wave, though, of this encounter, be aware that there are a couple of hunters. You'll see their shifting patterns there. You'll want to take them out before they get anywhere near you. Unlike the primes, they will charge you and they will dance on your face. So when you see the telltale shimmer of their bodies, shoot at it. Once they're visible, you can easily follow up with additional powers and gunfire. As you can see, I've used up a great deal of my sniper rifle ammo, so scour the area before proceeding. Make sure you're topped up to full. There are a couple of trip mines in the area, so watch out for those as you're heading to the next section, where you'll have a cinematic with one of the downed Quarians who landed on the planet, in addition to some random pickups you can find along the way. After you talk to the Quarian, you'll have your choice of going either to the left or to the right. Basically, you have to disable 2 more AA guns. Really doesn't matter what order you do them in. There's no real tactical advantage one way or the other. It's just always been my rule. When in doubt, go left. So that's what I've done. With a little psych out just for those people watching. Be ready. As soon as you hit this ramp, that's when things start to spawn. You can use this pillar to the left to act as cover and cheat this corner, but the Geth will kind of spread out to the left and right, so just keep an eye on your radar screens to make sure that nothing's flanking you. There are a couple of pyros, but because of the way this area is built, with looks like a number of different catwalks with sunken areas in between, you're actually fairly safe from them. If for whatever reason they get around you, they can cause damage, but because they're so far out, you can usually just snipe them and kill them before they get you into any trouble. There is, however, a mounted gun there that the troops will use. If you happen to kill one that's using the turret, another one will take its place, so using your sniper rifle, you can just pick off the Geth's head peeking over the top of the gun, but you may actually want to use it more as a lure than anything. As Geth move towards the turret to take it over, you can easily pick them off one by one. Also, you're far enough back that they usually don't shoot at you at all when they get on the gun, so bully for you. Once you've taken care of all the Geth in the area, again sweep the area for ammunition, move up to the back to disable the AA gun. Again, you will have to either use Garrus or Liara to disable the gun, and in this case it's more or less irrelevant because you can use the mounted gun to take care of the Geth, but in situations like this where survivability may come into play, I always make sure that Garrus is the one that is taking the fire, not Liara. So set Liara to disable the gun, then rush back to where the mounted gun is and hop on. The Geth spawn almost immediately afterwards, kind of coming up the same direction that you came in initially. You'll see a few might drop, but for the most part they're coming through the same pathway. Just use short controlled bursts. Try to eliminate rocket troopers first, because of course, rockets in the face, contrary to popular belief, not good for the complexion. Even if this is insanity, any Geth other than a prime is just going to fly apart under the continuous fire of this gun, and it really makes a nice kind of rice pudding souffle there all over everything, kind of like Bishop in Aliens. Immediately after that wave is done, a couple of Geth will appear at the door that opens between the areas, so you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning and circle around. You can just go straight through this building. Luckily, there's only 2 of them, so you can take them out and just proceed through the tunnel there to the next area. But before you do, make sure you've got a good supply of ammunition, because after you go through this tunnel, there will be another few Geth that will appear right at the side of the area in close quarters too. If you look, you can just see it drop there to the left as I turned. The Pyro and the Rocket Trooper both have shields, so a good dose of overload will take care of their shields. If you notice, though, the turret literally can only turn in sort of a 90 degrees to the left or right from its base position. So you can't actually hit them from where they spawn, so don't bother trying. Garrus makes a better door than a window, as usual. At this point, a single rocket trooper isn't going to be a massive deal to you, I'm hoping. But once those ones are killed, you'll see another autosave. Sweep this area for ammunition just for the sake of it. But for this next encounter, you'll be using the mounted gun, much as you did on the other side. Set Lyra to disable the second AA gun, and immediately rush back to the mounted emplacement.
Right away.
There won't be as many Geth this time, but there will be a larger number of Pyro troopers. Because this area is a little bit more open, the Geth will get a lot closer to you and potentially flank you, so try to kill them as they come as quickly as possible, particularly the Pyros. Luckily, just like the others, they're filled with rice pudding as well. Big old phlegm pinatas. Unfortunately, while on the emplacement, you can't use your radar, so you really have to keep an eye out and sweep to the left and right. See, that's the 90-degree angle I was talking about before. I ended up hitting Garrus there, but luckily does no damage. When you hear Lyra say that gun's disabled, that will be the end of this section of the game. All you have to do at this point now is blow up the jamming tower. You'll get a message from Admiral Koris, and you'll have one last sequence with a mounted gun actually inside your shuttle. This is a fairly simple sequence, but it doesn't have any sort of legend, so I'm not sure what type of Geth these are. However, at range, they do fly apart fairly easily, so it's nothing you really need to worry about. Just be aware that initially they come from the right, and they'll be shooting at Koris. Then when he advances, sweep to the left, and they'll be appearing behind him. As long as you take them out in fairly short order, you won't have any worries about them attacking or killing Koris or destroying the shuttle with the rockets. And with that, you'll rescue Admiral Koris and move on to the next mission. That'll be the end of Part 19 of the Mass Effect 3 Insanity walkthrough. Rannoch, Admiral Koris. Join us next time for Part 20, Rannoch Geth Fighter Squadron, an entirely non-combat mission that I'm sure my commentary will be very useful for. Till then, I'm Lord Maim. Thanks for watching.